Today we'll discuss how to crack Google technical interviews. And let's get started. So the targeted audience is basically college students, like any semester or any stream, even working professional, like any profession, any area. So this is the target audience for this video. Okay. Now, a brief introduction about myself. So, I did computer science engineering from BIT Mishra, Ranchi in the year 2016, and then I did internship at Microsoft IDC as a software engineer in 2015. There, I got pre-placement offer, and then I worked as software engineer too in Microsoft IDC from 2016 to 2021. So that's approximately 5 years. Here IDC stands for India Development Center, just for the case. And then I recently joined Google India as Software Engineer 3 in July 2021. Okay, so moving ahead, right? So these are the different stages of Google Software Engineer interview. So I've divided into a timeline. So first is the phone screening or the pre-on-site round. Okay, I've excluded the steps like where you will meet, like sync up with your technical recruiter and discuss. So first round will always be a phone screening or pre-on-site, pre-virtual on-site round. Okay. Uh, then mostly one or two questions here will be asked, and they basically will like try to uh, filter out all the non-serious candidates. Like they will basically check whether you have basic understanding of data structure and algorithms, right? Now the second part is the actual on-site interviews, which comprises of technical interviews like mostly data structure and algorithms, and system design interviews, and also behavioral interviews. Then once you clear all that, then they create some sort of packet. So this packet terminology is kind of unique for Google, where each candidate, like all the performance, all the interview performance, resume, and everything like recommendation is like tied to one packet, and then that packet is sent back to some hiring committee. Okay, and there they basically like go through like all the interview feedback, read line by line, scrutinize it, and see whether like they have like enough data for all the like things that they are looking out for. Then they basically decide whether to give it a hire or no hire. So this hiring committee is like totally anonymous. Like these guys won't be part of your interviews. They will be just some random set of people who will just like go through different like candidates packet and basically come up with a decision whether to hire or no hire. So generally they comprise of very senior engineering leaders and all, right? Then so this is the most toughest round, hiring committee stage. So like it's success ratio, like I've heard on like blind.com, it's like 10 to 15%. So like yeah, out of 100 packets, like only 15 packets get hired. Okay. Uh, yeah, once you clear that hiring committee stage, you're almost like 95%, you have almost like 95% sure कि okay, now you've got a job offer. Then comes like couple of team matching round, where you will meet some, like there will be mostly casual meet with your potential future manager or your team. Like mostly the managers like will reach out to you and they will try to like attract you to their team, and discuss like what work you will get upon joining. And so you have the basically luxury to choose the team whichever you will join at Google. So this is a very like uh, good thing, like and yeah, it's really good. Like then once you do the team matching round, then after a job offer acceptance, then you basically join the company. So this is a like holistic view of the like different stages of the Google software engineering interviews, right? So moving ahead, I'll discuss my timeline so you'll get an idea uh, like what's a procedure will look like and what's a time difference like between different stages. Okay, so in December 2019, I gave my first attempt at Google. I, however, I failed after three technical rounds. Okay, so I didn't make it even to the hiring committee stage. My like after three rounds, like my recruiter felt ki I haven't done well. So yeah, so straight away like there was no fourth round or not even any hiring committee stage, right? So after 1 year cool off period, I reached out to my recruiter again and told I need 3 months time for the second attempt. All right. Uh, so in January 2021, I reached out to my recruiter. Then I think approximately 2 months after that, I had scheduled my phone screening or the pre-on-site round, that is a filtering round. And then like I cleared it. And then after that, some couple of weeks after that, I had my uh, technical interviews and behavioral interviews in April 2021. Okay, then uh, couple of weeks after that, I had that hiring committee stage and team matching and the offer letter. So like you can see like from January to May, approximately 4 5 months it will take uh, for a typical Google software engineering interviews. Yeah, like mine was this time like maybe some folks it might be little shorter. Like some folks might be even longer, right? So this is just like my interview timeline. Okay, all right. So moving ahead, so what were the mistakes I did during my first attempt? So I've listed down couple of mistakes, like let's go through them line by line. So not much practice I did, like just 1 or 2 months of practice I did after a span of 4 years. So like mostly I did competitive programming at during college days, like mostly Code Forces, Code Chef. So after that, like after 4 years, I was redoing it. So I just did 1 or 2 months practice and then I straight away like jumped to interviews. Okay, I did not give any mock interviews. Like I just did like I just like practice. I didn't give any mock interviews. Okay, and at that time I had faced that was pre-COVID time, so I had face-to-face interviews. So yeah, like I really felt the I should have given mock interviews at that time, right? My coding speed was slow. Yeah, I wasn't able to come up with the approach really fast, and consequently, my coding speed also was slow, and the code had bugs. So both runtime and compile time. Uh, yeah, like runtime, like some runtime error might come, some corner case I might have missed compile time, like like some compilation issue would have come with the code. So they expect you to write proper production ready code. Like even though on Google Docs, like if even if they copy paste that to some production level code, it is expected to run as it is. So basically I left no stones unturned to fail, right? I did everything wrong. Yeah, but these were my mistakes. Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, moving ahead. So what were my learnings from the first attempt? So like people fail, like matlab, yeah, like most of the time people fail in job interviews, very rarely they succeed. But it's a learning that we should uh, keep in mind and try to improve upon ourselves, right? So what were my learning from the first attempt? So practice a lot, right? So this is one key line. I think like over preparedness is better than under preparedness. Like take as much time, prepare as much, do over preparation, but never do under preparation. Okay, like many people ask me like how much time did you take? Like I tell like do as much as you want. Like take 2 3 months, even 2 3 months you want to take, like recruiter will easily give you. So always do over preparedness. Okay, give a lot of mock interviews, right? At least 5 or 10 before the actual interviews. Yeah, and even like behavioral interviews also given mock behavioral interviews. Like don't take any chances, right? Third thing is improve the coding speed. So solve a lead code. So this is a good, very like popular barometer. Like try to do any lead code medium or hard level problem within 20 minutes with the best approach. Okay, like set a timer, like whenever you start reading a problem, like set a 20 minutes timer and try to come up with the best approach. And don't try to do any like even though you know the problem, don't do any like don't try to like waste time in coming telling the naive solution, then improving it, and like don't like play with that thing. You're ultimately wasting your time. Even if you know that you've come up with the best approach, say it in the first attempt. That really matters, right? Don't like waste time in trying to like demonstrate that you are struggling to come up with the best approach. See, that doesn't work. Especially once you have a little bit experience, it might work in college interviews, but not like in off-campus interviews when you have couple of years experience, right? Don't waste time. Like come up with the best approach. Okay. Uh, then fourth thing is practice on the code editor, like anything without autocomplete feature. So if there is any autocomplete features, please turn it off. Like and try debugging your code against the test cases manually on the code editor first before pressing the run or submit button. So when you turn off the autocomplete, you like subconsciously develop the habit of writing each line by yourself. Like you're not using that autocomplete feature because in interviews you won't have autocomplete, right? So yeah, and many a time what we do, we write the code and then we are kind of in a hurry ki okay, like my 20 minutes is like almost there to end, and then we straight away go and press this run and submit button. Don't do that. First like test your like code like on that code editor itself against some sample set of inputs. Do dry run on the code editor, like, and then once you're certain ki okay, like it's a code that if I would have faced in the interview, I would have like given the like interviewer the code like this thing, then only go and press the run and submit button. So always abstain from like pressing that in a hurry, right? So yeah, it will help your debugging skills, and that is like really important, like trust me. So these are my learnings. So yeah, on lead code it is highlighted like this thing. It looks like this. In another platform, whichever platform you are trying, like your practice, like there might be something like this. So yeah, so that was my whole point. Don't just go ahead and press the run and submit button without doing uh, editorial or manual testing by yourself, right? And do it on a code editor itself, because like mostly it will be virtual interviews. So don't do it on pen and paper and then communicating with the recruiter, because he won't understand what's happening, right? Do it on the code editor, and so that he also on the same page and he know what you're doing. And yeah, basically both parties are involved, right? Okay, so yeah, moving ahead. So what was my approach? Like I get a lot of questions like uh, from folks on LinkedIn ki what was my approach. So I've just listed down my approach. Like it had worked for me, it might not work for everyone else, but yeah, malab you have to basically like adapt it and see what all good points are there and see if you can incorporate it, or you can have a altogether different approach also. That is totally fine, because everybody like lives a different life, right? So there, so yeah, so yeah, going ahead. So my approach was I did only lead code. I didn't do any other like coding platforms like CodeChef, Codeforces, because my whole aim was to crack the Google coding interviews. I didn't want to become a 4-star, 3-star, or 8-star coder, right? You can do that on the like sidelines, but this is mostly interview oriented, so I did only lead code. It's one of the best platforms like available on the internet, and yeah, many like many folks do it. Like it's a very good community support, and like I think it's a one-stop solution for all job related coding practice, right? So I took 1 month premium membership. It costed me around 2.5k Indian rupees. That comes around 30, I think 29 US dollars. And basically what I did, I copy pasted all the Google tagged questions, frequency sorted within one last year to my local Excel sheet and solved the first premium questions. So you'll get there's one page like you'll get all the uh, Google tagged questions. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show you. Um, right. Let me just switch the account. Sign out. I think I don't have like that premium thing. So yeah, you'll get something like this top Google questions. Yeah, like there's some page where you get all the Google tagged questions. So there you can sort by frequency and all. I don't have the premium account now. I think that's why it is not showing up here. Yeah, but like it comes in the home screen somewhere down here. Like you'll get those thing. I think in the problem thing, yeah, yeah, this is the thing, right? So here you just click on Google. Yeah, it's telling me to subscribe, but yeah, once you click on this link, uh, yeah, so just click on this link and you will get all the Google tagged questions, right? Similarly for other companies also, right? So yeah, coming to the presentation, take like last 1 year frequency sorted, like whichever, so the top one is the most frequently asked question, and just copy paste that thing to your local Excel sheet, put it on some drive, Google Drive or OneDrive, and solve all the premium questions like within 1 month. So I recommend you don't take 1 year membership, because in 1 year you will become very reluctant ki okay, I have 1 year time, like I should like chill and do very slow preparation. So I'll recommend do 1 month premium membership, like for starters especially, and solve all the premium questions within 1 month, because like then you will be under like little pressure ki okay, I have only 1 month time, and through premium membership I can only solve premium question. So solve that within, try to do as much as within 1 month, right? Then yeah, now before the phone interviews, so I took 2 months time, like I solved 2 to 3 questions daily, like mostly lead code, medium and hard level. You can start off with easy level also, and try to do it within 20 minutes without any hint. uh, this is like uh, this is kind of very optimal stage. Reaching it will take time. don't worry, it will take time to reach, but finally you have to reach at this level, right? So it's okay if you're taking initially 30, 40 minutes also to solve a problem. That's totally fine. But here consistency is important. Like try to do 2 or 3 questions daily. Now, once you are through your phone interviews, now you will be facing your technical interviews. So I had approximately 3 weeks time. So in Google, there's a 3 week hard threshold key. Okay, within 3 weeks, you have to appear for your tech interviews because they expect ki already you have taken enough time for phone interviews, so you don't need enough time for actual virtual tech interviews, right? So these 3 weeks will be very critical. So I did 8 to 10 questions daily because by this time you will always reach this optimal state. Malab, you should be close to this state, right? Within 20 minutes time and without any hint, right? So try to do 8 to 10 questions daily, and in 8 to 10 questions, revise all the important questions above. Like let's say you're doing some uh, couple of 200 questions, right? In the before the phone interviews, but let's say 40 or 50 were very important questions, like you learned something important, like let's say about pointer, let's say about DP, let's say something about some new data structure, right? So just highlight that and track everything in that Excel sheet, whichever your, so in different column just write कि, okay, I need to revise this also problem, because it might happen ki after 1 or 2 months you might forget it about, right? Ki how did you solve this problem? So here revision is the key. Like revise all the important questions. Like not all questions will be important, but where you learned something new, and that is important. So revise everything and use the Excel sheet for tracking everything. So just whenever you solve a problem, just highlight it. Okay, okay, this problem I have solved using some green highlighter. This some yellow key I tried, but I haven't yet been able to solve. Something like that. Okay, use like this Excel sheet should be your workplace for tracking everything. Don't do it anywhere else, right? Now cover all the data section algorithms such as try, segment, tree. Okay, so don't be under an assumption कि Google just ask dynamic programming, strings, tree and all, right? Cover all the data section algorithms. Like in my first interview in 2019, I got a question related to try. So try is a very simple data structure, but for performing basic sets of operations like update, insert, creating a try, creating the constructor, you have to write a lot of lines of code, right? So I took a lot of time in setting those functions and constructor, right? Because I wasn't able to recall what actually it was. So try to cover everything. Don't in my second interviews, recently I faced a question regarding segment tree, right? There also you have to rely a lot of uh, codes to basically update, create a tree, update a tree, right? So cover all data structure. Don't leave anything, like even the toughest and even the easiest, right? You don't know ki whether that might make your day or make your day destroy your day, right? So don't leave anything, right? That will be my advice. Yeah, give 8 to 10 mock interviews on pramp.com. So this is a very good website, like free peer-to-peer interview site, where based upon your timing slot and preference, you will be basically matched against with some random candidate who is also there to give mock interviews across different countries. So yeah, even I did around 5 to 7 mock interviews. Couple of times I got to sync up with candidates like one from Mongolia, one from US, one from even Africa. So yeah, yeah, it was a really good experience, and you'll get you'll get a very interview experience and get to meet with really nice people who are also preparing. And yeah, so just there, just think out loud. Communication might be a barrier, but that is fine. Like you should be ready for any obstacle, right? But it is free, so yeah, what else can you ask for? So yeah, it's the best thing. Like seriously, don't do it with your friend. Like avoid doing it with your friend because that might end up very casual and try to get like given pram.com, because you'll meet real total strangers. So obviously you won't be at your comfort level and you will give it with your uttermost seriousness, right? So that is kind of pros of giving on pram.com, right? Also give lead code contests to compete in between. Like this is optional. You can give lead code contest or contest on anywhere like code forces, but it's up to you. Like this is kind of optional. Above all four, like these are mandatory. Like in my approach it was mandatory. I also gave lead code contest, right? Yeah, so moving ahead, what about system design interviews? So system design interviews, let me just clear a myth. System design round is optional for L4 level. L4 is also known as software engineer 3, and we can replace it with a data structure and algorithm round. You have to explicitly tell your recruiter ki I don't want any system design round, and she will be happy to replace it with a data structure and algorithm round. Okay, so this is also one hidden knowledge. Yeah, you can utilize it if you're not very sure about your system design round, right? Now, it is mandatory for L5 plus roles at Google. So L5 generally is like senior manager level, starting manager level roles at Google. So there, I think system design round is compulsory. One system design you will always have, right? And best material like for system design is educative.io. Like many people might be knowing that. So just buy that system design course on educative.io. It is like kind of one-stop solution for these kind of interviews, interview material, right? Yeah, so at the end slide, I'll just list down all the materials like lead code, pramp.com, and for system design, like use educative.io, like buy the system design package, object oriented programming package, and you can reach like go through a bunch of YouTube videos, like many good creators are there. Just write whatever problem on YouTube and you'll get like couple of videos and just go through them, like whichever is the most like likes. So yeah, you'll get a very good idea. So yeah. So yeah, I think that is it. I hope you will like this video and surely you will take a lot of advantage of it, and uh, yeah, and all the best like for your upcoming interviews, be it a Google or any other company. So yeah, like many things will be useful for other places also. So yeah, all the best like for your upcoming interviews, and take care and have a nice day. Thank you.